Thank you very much for your time. To start with, let's talk about Buttercup Bill, this gothic romance. Tell me a little bit about the story, first of all.
So it's the story, it's set in Louisiana. Basically, our lead actress, our Penilla, she comes from New York and visits down to Louisiana to find a lost love. And it rekindles this kind of like dark love they once had.
Yeah, it's quite a kind of complicated relationship between the two leads, and they can't live without each other, they can't live with each other. It's love-hate, very destructive. I think something we can all relate to. It's very passionate, very raw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we wanted to make a film that was, you know, really back to basics, about a really strong script and about really strong characters and performances. No special effects. It's just like the nitty-gritty on, you know, what we filmed is what you see.
But it's a very honestly made film.
The main importance is story, and I think a lot of the time we've lost story. I think we make films that you know, and it's like a look, or it's a brand, or it's a, you know, it's to do with the whole kind of, sometimes like even the, you know, the art direction, you know, it'll everything be blue, or, you know, and we forget the actual content and substance. So it is honest, very honest, and it has a very, very weighty story, and I think that's important. And you see these two characters evolve and play out these long scenes of, you know, because all this quick kind of editing, and you know, I think it's quite manic, that kind of to watch a film like that. I'm always, just makes me feel anxious. I want to be absorbed into a story.
I imagine making a film in Louisiana, out in, I suppose, what would be kind of a wilderness, would be pretty intense work.
It was, yeah, and it was, you know, we had a real feast of friends there, and Emily and Rami had been like living down there on and off before that, so there was a whole host of friends they had there. Okay. So all the houses they shot in, and they were all owned, you know, Paul, the tattoo guy, that was his place we shot in. And it was just this intense kind of, you know, it was 35 degrees, it was just sort of hitting summer. So that humidity and that sweat, you know, that's all real, and, you know, I think, as I said earlier, that really comes across in the, you know, the intensity and the emotion that was kind of, you know, everyone just went a bit nuts, you know, doing long days in that heat and doing night shoots. You kind of,
it's definitely quite a nuts place and quite disorderly, and to film in that environment. And we were shooting some of it right in it's the 9th Ward, isn't it?
Yeah, the lower 9th where Katrina hit, so it was pretty,
yeah,
still recovering from that.
Still recovering. You see like all this desolate land, and then the houses are really kind of, I mean, funky but pretty basic, and you know, it's very damp and just, I mean, very tropical, and you just don't expect that kind of thing, you know, in the USA. You think it's, you know, it's a completely, it's not like anarchic, isn't it, in some ways?
It's not like an American town, a city, really, you know, it's very European. But yeah, it was challenging, but I think, made the film what it is, you know.
What do you hope audiences, when they go and see Buttercup on the cinema, will take away?
Well, I think people and everyone that we, you know, I think we're kind of slightly immune to it, but people are disturbed when they watch it, and it's that kind of old-fashioned filmmaking where, and we are bringing certain subjects and things that people don't want to talk about and are uncomfortable, but you know, it's very provocative. It makes you think, and it's kind of quite a sexual film as well. So like, and for women to be, you know, female filmmakers who. You know, it's often men that would put this, you know, develop scripts or film things like this, and you know, it's done from a woman's point of view, which I think is quite interesting. So I think people will be quite shocked and intrigued by that.